Did you know that as of 2023, global debt has soared to a shocking $281 trillion? That's 355% of the global GDP. Astonishing, isn't it? This astronomical figure is more than just a number. It's a signal of a looming crisis that affects us all, from individuals and families to entire economies. This crisis is known as the debt crisis, and it is as real and daunting as it sounds. So what exactly is this crisis, and why should it matter to you? The debt crisis refers to an economic scenario where the level of debt held by individuals, businesses, or governments becomes unsustainable. In simple terms, it's when people owe more money than they can realistically pay back. This can happen for a variety of reasons. Maybe you've taken out a large mortgage to buy your dream home, or you're grappling with student loans that seem to balloon with each passing year. Or perhaps it's the mounting credit card debt that's keeping you up at night. Regardless of the type, debt can quickly spiral out of control if not managed wisely. Now you might be wondering, how does this affect you? Debt doesn't just weigh heavily on your personal finances. It has far-reaching implications for the economy at large. When individuals and businesses struggle to repay their debts, they cut back on spending. This reduced spending can lead to slower economic growth and even recessions. On a more personal level, high levels of debt can cause stress and limit your financial freedom and opportunities. But it's not just about the money. The debt crisis also affects the social fabric of our society. It can create a vicious cycle of poverty, particularly for those on low incomes or with limited access to credit. And let's not forget about the younger generation, who are starting their adult lives burdened with student loans. Clearly, debt is a massive issue, but fear not, we have some expert advice to help you navigate through this. Firstly, let's hear from renowned financial experts on tackling and managing debt. When it comes to managing debt, the first piece of advice experts often share is to create a budget. A budget serves as a financial blueprint, helping you understand where your money is going and how much you can allocate towards debt repayment. It's not just about scribbling numbers on a piece of paper, it's about gaining control over your financial life. Next, prioritization is key. All debts are not created equal. Some carry higher interest rates while others may have penalties for late payment. Financial gurus advise paying off high-interest debt first, as it can grow rapidly and become unmanageable. This strategy, often referred to as the avalanche method, can save you a significant amount in the long run. Another useful tip from the experts is to consider debt consolidation. If you have multiple debts, consolidating them into one single payment with a lower interest rate can make the repayment process easier and less stressful. That said, it's important to remember that while these strategies can help, they are not overnight solutions. Managing debt requires patience, discipline, and consistency. Additionally, experts suggest seeking professional help if your debt seems overwhelming. Credit counseling agencies and debt management companies can provide valuable guidance and help you devise a tailored plan to tackle your debt. However, it's crucial to do your homework and ensure that you're working with a reputable organization. Lastly, while it's important to focus on paying off existing debt, experts stress the importance of also saving for the future. Even a small amount set aside each month can grow over time and provide a safety net for unforeseen expenses. Remember, managing debt is not just about getting rid of what you owe, it's about building a stable and secure financial future. So take these expert tips, apply them, and start your journey towards financial freedom. These experts have years of experience in the field, and their tips are worth considering when you're dealing with debt. Scene script. Student loans, they're a burden many of us know all too well. The cost of education is high, and for many of us, student loans are a necessary evil to chase our dreams. But when the reality of repayment sets in, it can feel like we're stuck in a never-ending cycle. But fear not, there are strategies you can employ to help you manage and eventually overcome your student loan debt. Let's start with refinancing. This is an approach where you take out a new loan with a private lender to pay off your existing loans. The idea is to secure a lower interest rate or more manageable monthly payments. But remember, refinancing is not for everyone. If you have federal student loans, you might lose certain protections like income-driven repayment plans or loan forgiveness programs. So it's essential to evaluate your personal circumstances before making this decision. Speaking of income-driven repayment plans, let's delve into that. If you have federal student loans, you might be eligible for an income-driven repayment plan. These plans cap your monthly payments at a certain percentage of your discretionary income, making your payments more manageable. There are 4 different types of income-driven repayment plans: income-based repayment, pay-as-you-earn, revised pay-as-you-earn, and income-contingent repayment. Each has its own set of eligibility requirements and terms, so it's important to research which one might be the best fit for you. Now let's talk about public service loan forgiveness programs. If you work in a qualifying public service job and have made 120 qualifying payments on your federal student loans, you might be eligible for the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. This program forgives the remaining balance on your direct loans after you have made the qualifying payments. Another strategy is to make extra payments whenever possible. This can help you to pay off your loans faster and save on interest. And the best part? You don't need to make huge extra payments. Even an additional $20 or $50 a month can make a significant difference over time. Consider automating your payments. Most loan servicers offer a slight reduction in interest rate if you set up automatic payments. Not only does this help you save on interest, but it also ensures that you never miss a payment. One important tip: always pay off higher interest loans first. This strategy, known as the avalanche method, can save you a lot of money in the long run. You continue making minimum payments on all your loans, but any extra money you have goes towards the loan with the highest interest rate. And finally, consider getting a side gig or a part-time job. This isn't a possibility for everyone, but if you can manage it, the extra income can help speed up your loan repayment process. Remember, everyone's situation is unique, and what works best for one person might not be the best strategy for another. It's important to evaluate your financial circumstances, do your research, and consider seeking advice from a financial advisor before making any major decisions about your student loans. Tackling student loans may seem daunting, but with the right strategy and discipline, you can overcome it. The journey might be long and require sacrifices, but the freedom that comes with being debt-free is worth every effort. Credit card debt, it's easy to accumulate and hard to pay off. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, gaining momentum and size with every passing second. But don't despair, because just like any problem, there are solutions for managing credit card debt that can help you regain control of your financial life. Let's dive in and explore some strategies to tackle this head-on. One such strategy is using balance transfer cards. These are credit cards that offer a low or 0% introductory interest rate for a certain period, often 12 to 24 months. This can be an effective way to save on interest payments while you chip away at your debt. However, it's crucial to remember that after the introductory period ends, the interest rate will increase, often dramatically. So if you opt for this method, make sure you have a plan to pay off your balance within the promotional period. Another approach is to consider a debt consolidation loan. This is a type of personal loan that lets you combine multiple credit card debts into one monthly payment, often at a lower interest rate. This can simplify your debt management by having only one payment to worry about each month. But be aware, while this can make your payments more manageable, it won't reduce the amount you owe. It merely restructures your debt, so you'll still need to maintain discipline in your spending habits. Then there's the snowball method, a popular strategy for paying off credit card debt. This involves paying off your smallest debt first while making minimum payments on your larger debts. Once the smallest debt is paid off, you move on to the next smallest, and so on. The logic here is that each small victory can motivate you to keep going, eventually leading to the elimination of all your debts. Alternatively, there's the avalanche method, which is the opposite of the snowball method. Instead of starting with the smallest debt, you start with the debt with the highest interest rate. By focusing on the debt with the highest interest, you can save money over the long run, but it might take longer to feel the progress you're making. Regardless of the method you choose, it's essential to create a repayment plan. This plan should include a realistic budget that factors in your income, expenses, and debt repayment. It's also a good idea to set aside a small emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses. This way, you won't have to rely on credit cards for these surprise costs, which could further exacerbate your debt problem. In addition to these strategies, it's important to understand that managing credit card debt often involves changing your spending habits. This might mean cutting back on non-essential purchases, eating out less, or finding ways to increase your income. Remember, every little bit helps when it comes to paying off debt. Finally, don't hesitate to seek help if you need it. There are numerous credit counseling organizations that offer free or low-cost services to help you develop a debt management plan. They can provide guidance, support, and even negotiate with your creditors on your behalf. It's important to do your research and find a reputable organization, but don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. Credit card debt can feel like a never-ending cycle, but with the right approach, you can break free. It's about taking control, making informed decisions, and staying disciplined. Remember, the journey to becoming debt-free is a marathon, not a sprint. So take one step at a time, and before you know it, you'll be on the path to financial freedom. A mortgage can be a significant financial commitment that lasts for decades. We often hear this phrase, and it's true, but what if we told you that there are strategies to manage your mortgage better, to bring you closer to that dream of owning your home outright? Let's delve into some of these strategies, such as refinancing, making extra payments, and setting up bi-weekly payments. Let's start with refinancing. Refinancing is essentially swapping out your old loan for a new one. The new loan ideally has better terms or features that improve your financial position. It's one of the most common strategies homeowners use to manage their mortgages. Refinancing can be an excellent way to secure a lower interest rate, reduce your monthly payment, or shorten your mortgage term. Lower interest rates mean less money spent over the life of your loan. Reduced monthly payments can free up cash for other financial goals, while a shorter term means you'll be mortgage-free sooner. However, refinancing isn't for everyone. It's important to consider the costs associated with refinancing, such as closing costs and potential penalties for early repayment on your original loan. You should also consider your financial stability and credit score, as these are key factors in securing favorable loan terms. Now let's move on to the next strategy: making extra payments. This is a straightforward but powerful way to chip away at your mortgage faster. By making extra payments towards your principal, you reduce the amount of interest you'll pay over the life of the loan. Even small extra payments can make a big difference. For example, if you were to pay an extra $50 a month on a 30-year mortgage, you could potentially shave off several years of payments. That's years of mortgage payments back in your pocket. A word of caution though. Before making extra payments, make sure your lender doesn't charge prepayment penalties. Some lenders may charge a fee if you pay off your mortgage before the agreed term. Lastly, we have the strategy of setting up bi-weekly payments. This is a simple yet effective way to manage your mortgage. Instead of making one monthly payment, you make half your mortgage payment every 2 weeks. This results in 26 half payments or 13 full payments per year, instead of the usual 12. This extra payment can go directly towards your principal, reducing the amount of interest you'll pay over the life of your loan and helping you pay off your mortgage faster. While this strategy doesn't require a significant change in your budget, it can make a notable difference in the long run. However, before setting up bi-weekly payments, verify that your lender accepts them without charging additional fees. In conclusion, managing your mortgage doesn't have to be a daunting task. By using strategies such as refinancing, making extra payments, or setting up bi-weekly payments, you can navigate the world of mortgages with more confidence. Remember, each person's financial situation is unique. Therefore, it's essential to consider your financial goals, budget, and personal circumstances before deciding on a mortgage management strategy. Consulting with a financial advisor or mortgage specialist can provide personalized advice tailored to your situation. Mortgages may be a long-term commitment, but with the right plan, you can pay it off ahead of schedule. So, don't let the thought of decades-long commitment overwhelm you. With a little planning and strategic decision-making, you can turn that daunting mortgage into a stepping stone towards financial freedom. Now that we've armed you with these strategies, it's time for action. Debt management might seem like a daunting task, but it's crucial to remember that every journey begins with a single step. You don't need to conquer your entire debt mountain in one day. Instead, It's about making consistent strides in the right direction, and every bit counts, no matter how small it may seem. Begin by crafting a personalized debt management plan, drawing from the strategies we've discussed. Whether it's student loans, credit card debt, or mortgages, each type of debt requires a unique approach. But remember, the most effective plan is the one you can stick to. So ensure it aligns with your income, lifestyle, and financial goals. If you're dealing with student loans, consider options like income-driven repayment plans, refinancing, or even loan forgiveness programs. For credit card debt, strategies like debt consolidation, balance transfers, or snowballing payments can be effective. And when it comes to mortgages, consider refinancing, making extra payments, or even downsizing if it aligns with your lifestyle and goals. Don't be afraid to seek professional help if you're feeling overwhelmed. Financial advisors, credit counselors, and debt relief services can provide invaluable guidance and support throughout your debt management journey. Remember, it's never too late to start. Even if you're deep in debt, there's always a path to financial freedom. It may require sacrifices, discipline, and patience, but the payoff is worth it. Imagine a life free from the burden of debt, where your income is truly yours to enjoy and invest. But it's not enough just to imagine it. It's time to make it happen. Start today. Pay off an extra dollar on your credit card, contribute a bit more to your student loan, or put aside an extra buck for your mortgage payment. Every little bit helps. Remember, managing debt is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So take it one step at a time, and before you know it, you'll be on your way to financial freedom.